Today we're going to find probabilities using two-way frequency tables. A table like this that displays data in rows and columns is called a two-way frequency table, where the middle cells represent joint frequencies and the bottom row and right column represents marginal frequencies. The lower right cell represents the total number of outcomes in your two-way table. The formula for the probability of an event equals the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. Let's work the two examples below. What is the probability that a randomly chosen person is male and prefers dancing? I'm going to begin by highlighting the key words in the problem, male and prefers dancing, and locate the related number in our two-way table, which is 1. Then I'm looking for the total number of outcomes in my two-way table, which is 26. Therefore, the answer for the probability for number 1 is 1 over 26. Number 2. What is the probability that a randomly chosen person prefers bowling? I'll highlight my keywords, which is person and bowling, and look for the related number in my two-way table. We're looking for a person that prefers bowling, therefore I'm going to look into my row and find the total of male and female that prefer bowling, which is 8. Then I'm going to divide that by the total number of outcomes in my two-way table, which is 26. And the probability of this event occurring is 8 out of 26, which reduces down to 4 over 13. I will now walk you through 6 examples from iExcel and let you practice 7 more on your own. You may check your answers at the end of the video. It is important to note that you will be required to answer at least 12 problems correct in a row to receive the required mastery score for this iExcel lesson. We're going to begin number 1 by reading the question underneath the two-way table. What is the probability that a randomly selected photo album holds exactly 50 photos and is oriented horizontally? I'm going to begin this problem by adding a total column and a total row. This just helps to illustrate that the total of your two-way frequency table is 11. I'm going to highlight the keywords, which are 50 photos and oriented horizontally. So the number that represents 50 photos and oriented horizontally is 4. My total number of outcomes in my two-way frequency table is 11. My answer for number 1 becomes 4 of 11. Number 2. What is the probability that a randomly selected beanbag chair is filled with foam and is made of suede? I'm going to add my total column and total row to get my total of this two-way table, which is 17. Then I'm going to highlight my keywords, which is foam and suede, and find the related number in my two-way table, which is 3. And by using the formula for the probability of event A and B, we find out that the result is 3 over 17. Number 3. What is the probability that a randomly selected tea is fruity and caffeinated? I'm going to begin this problem by highlighting my keywords, which is fruity and caffeinated, and find the related number in my two-way table, which is 3. Then I'm going to add all the numbers in my two-way table, which gives me my total of 12. 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. Therefore, the probability of this event A and B occurring equals 3 out of 12, which reduces down to 1/4. Number 4. What is the probability that a randomly selected balloon animal is shaped like a giraffe or is green? I'll highlight my keywords, It is important to note when finding the probability of an event containing the word or, you will add events A and B, making sure to count the overlapping event only once. Therefore, we're looking for all animals that represent giraffes, or all animals that are colored green. The numbers that are represented by this probability are 5, 7, 11. We add those numbers up, making sure to count 7 only once, and we get a total favorable outcome of 23. And once I add all of my numbers in my two-way table, my total number of outcomes comes out to be 31. Therefore, the probability of this event occurring is 23 out of 31. Number 5. What is the probability that a randomly selected student sings in the shower 0 times per week or prefers country? We're going to work number 5 just as we work number 4. Highlight our key words. It contains or. Therefore, we're going to look in the row that represents 0 times a week. We highlight that. That's 6 plus 16. And then we're going to highlight the number of students that prefer country, which is 6 and 15. When we add my highlighted numbers, making certain to only count 6 once, we get a total of 37. And my total number of outcomes in the two-way table is 50. Therefore, the probability of this event occurring is 37 out of 50. Last example. What is the probability that a randomly selected banjo is not 50% off and does not have 5 strings? In this problem, I'm going to highlight the key words, not 50% off, and does not have 5 strings. I'm going to cross out all numbers represented by 50% off, and I'm going to cross out the number that represents 5 strings because we don't want to include that number. What we're left with is an outcome of 6, and my total number of outcomes is 6 plus 10 plus 3 plus 11, which is 30. Therefore, the probability of this event occurring is 6 out of 30, which reduces down to 1/5. Now you may pause the video to answer questions 7 through 13. You may now check your answers for questions 7 through 13. If you've gotten majority of the answers right, you are now ready to begin JJ New Find Probabilities using two-way frequency tables.